They told you to chase success, but I'm here to tell you, stop chasing, because what you chase runs. Success is not a prize you pursue. It is a force you pull to you. You don't catch it by scrambling harder. You attract it by becoming the kind of person it cannot ignore. This world does not respond to noise. It responds to energy, the silent, undeniable frequency of a man or woman who knows exactly who they are becoming and refuses to settle for anything less. You want to change your life? Then change your vibration. Elevate the blueprint of your identity. Because what you are, you magnetize. And what you believe, you build. Your mind is the compass. Your habits are the magnet. Your standards are the gravity field. And every single moment you act with clarity, courage, and conviction, you bend the laws of probability in your favor. You align the invisible gears of destiny. You turn thought into form, dreams into direction, and desire into inevitability. But here's the secret most never learn. It's not about getting what you want. It's about becoming someone who cannot be denied. So I ask you, are you building a version of yourself that success would be proud to orbit? Are you carrying the posture of someone worthy of what you seek? Or are you waiting, hoping, begging for blessings you haven't yet prepared to handle? If the answer stings, good. Because pain is the spark, and fire, my friend, is how the magnet is forged. Now hear me clearly. You are already a magnet. You've always been. But if your life is filled with delay, rejection, confusion, it's not because you're cursed. It's because you've been magnetizing unconsciously, attracting what aligns with doubt, what aligns with fear, what aligns with that quiet voice that whispers, I'm not ready. I'm not enough. But understand this, the universe is not cruel. It's precise. It's mathematical. It is responding not to your pleas, but to your pattern. And every thought you repeat, every belief you reinforce, every low standard you tolerate becomes part of your electromagnetic field. Your mind is not a storage unit for excuses. It is a transmission tower. And what you emit into the world comes back with interest. So if you keep attracting broken people, chaotic situations, or dreams that hover just out of reach, don't get bitter, get aware, and then get intentional. Because once you become aware, you can no longer pretend to be powerless. Let this be your line in the sand. From this moment forward, decide that everything you think, speak, and do will be forged in alignment with the highest, most magnetic version of you. The one who walks with certainty, who speaks as if mountains move when they listen, who acts like destiny is waiting for them to arrive, because it is, and it does not wait forever. You were not born to blend in with the background of your own life. You were born to radiate a signal so pure, so compelling that opportunity finds you, that power circles you, that doors open before you even knock. But for that to happen, you must become ruthless in who you allow yourself to be. I will say it without apology. You must become intolerant of your old identity, the one that doubts, the one that delays, the one that negotiates with fear as if fear were a friend. That version of you was necessary once. It kept you safe, kept you small, kept you digestible for people who couldn't handle your full expression. But now, that version is a liability, a chain, a slow poison dressed as comfort. The magnet that attracts greatness is not forged in comfort. It is forged in confrontation, the confrontation with self, with the lies you've told yourself, with the ceilings you've accepted as truth, with the parts of you that whisper, maybe later, maybe never. Let me be clear, there is no maybe in the vocabulary of the successful. There is only now, only yes, only forward. You want to be a magnet for success? Then you must become an emotional furnace, capable of transmuting pain into power, doubt into discipline, and fear into focused, deliberate action. Because here's what no one wants to admit. The world is not holding you back. You are. The gates you feel pressing against your progress, they're not locked. They're illusions, constructed by a version of you that was too afraid to check the handle. So go, push the gate, walk through it, and don't look back. Because once you step into alignment, you'll see it all differently. You'll begin to recognize that the external world mirrors your internal world. If there is chaos around you, there is chaos within you. If doors keep slamming, your energy is unclear. If people keep abandoning you, you haven't yet committed to yourself. The truth cuts deep, doesn't it? But only the truth can set the magnet free. The question is not whether the world will respond to you. It's whether you are ready to command it with your presence. Most people walk through life like a weak signal, flickering, scattered, drowned out by noise. They speak without belief, act without clarity, and wonder why the universe remains silent. But when you sharpen the blade of your identity, when your thoughts align with your vision, when your words carry the gravity of certainty, the world doesn't just hear you, it feels you. And that is what magnetism truly is. It's not charm, it's not volume, it's energetic integrity. Are you coherent in your desires? Do your actions align with your intentions? Does your posture reflect the inner standard you secretly claim to hold? If not, don't expect miracles, because misalignment repels the very success you seek. You can speak affirmations all day long, but if your habits contradict them, you're sending mixed signals to the universe. And the universe doesn't reward confusion, it rewards congruence. Every time you betray your word, you weaken your magnetic field. Every time you play small to protect someone else's ego, you dampen your frequency. Every time you hide your fire, you make it harder for opportunity to find you. So ask yourself, what am I broadcasting? Not just with my mouth, but with my being? What does the room feel when I enter? What do my actions scream when my lips stay silent? What future is being pulled toward me right now based on who I've chosen to be today? Because that's the great secret. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And until you become someone different, you will keep reliving the same story in different costumes. But the moment you step into alignment, everything changes. The phone rings, the doors open, the right people appear, and it all feels like magic. But it's not magic. It's mathematics. It's resonance. It's magnetism. You've heard people say, success is hard to find. But that's a lie told by those who never became ready to receive it. Success is not hiding from you. It's not teasing you. It's waiting for your signal to become strong enough to call it home. You think it's about luck, coincidence, favoritism, number. It's about vibration. It's about becoming such a clear, focused, powerful version of yourself that the universe has no choice but to respond in kind. Because here's what they never taught you. When your identity evolves, your environment follows. Change doesn't begin with the outside world. It begins when you make a private, radical decision to become the magnet your future has been waiting for. And that decision, that sacred, fiery, uncompromising choice, will cost you. It will cost you comfort. It will cost you the approval of small minds. It will cost you the excuses that once gave you shelter from your own greatness. But it will give you everything else. It will give you clarity in a world full of noise, conviction in a sea of doubt, power when the rest of the world folds. You see, the world does not bend to wishes. It bends to identity, to the unseen fire behind your eyes, to the steady rhythm of action that proves your vision is not just fantasy, but destiny. So if you are still waiting for a sign, this is it. If you are waiting for permission, you already have it. If you are hoping to be chosen, choose yourself and become the magnet, the living, breathing evidence that the unseen is real. That thought does become form. That belief does shape reality. That becoming is the doorway through which all success enters. Because in the end, it was never about chasing anything. It was always about transforming into someone who draws everything to them. And that someone is you. Let's go deeper. Because the surface truths won't change your life. Surface truths give you inspiration, but you need transformation. You need the kind of change that rearranges your soul from the inside out. And transformation begins when you stop managing symptoms and start confronting the root. The root of your delay, the root of your doubt, the root of that quiet internal sabotage that whispers, "Who do you think you are?" I'll tell you who. You are a soul encoded with power. You are a mind capable of creation. You are a being designed to command reality by aligning thought, emotion, and action into one singular force of nature. But that power remains dormant in most people, not because they lack potential, but because they never activate it. They never do the work of tuning themselves like an instrument, eliminating the false notes, removing the distortions, and striking the chord of pure inner certainty. You want to be a magnet? Then you must become undeniable, not to others, to yourself. You must wake up every morning and look in the mirror and say, "I know who I am, and I know what I'm here to do." Even when the money isn't there yet, even when the recognition is absent, even when the outer world hasn't caught up, because that's the test. Can you hold the frequency of your future before it arrives? Can you stay loyal to the vision when reality looks like rejection? Most people can't. They collapse, they negotiate, they shrink, but not you, not anymore. Because now you understand. The external will always test the internal before it submits. It's not punishment, it's proof. Proof that you are serious. Proof that your magnet has become stronger than your past. And once that proof is clear, everything begins to accelerate. You'll feel it. Not just in what you gain, but in what you stop tolerating. Because when your frequency changes, your boundaries rise. What once entertained you now disgusts you. What once drained you no longer gets access. What once derailed you can't even find you. You become a different signal, and that signal has power. You see, the magnet does not beg. It does not chase. It does not explain or prove or plead. It becomes. And in that becoming, it issues a silent command to the universe. Bring me only what aligns. All else must dissolve. That's why your evolution must be ruthless. Not cruel, ruthless. Because the weaker parts of you will beg for survival. They'll disguise themselves as old friends, as comforting habits, as just this once decisions. But every time you entertain them, you dilute your power, you scatter your signal, you make the magnet tremble. This is why few ever achieve greatness, because few are willing to die to who they were in order to be reborn into who they must become. It is a spiritual war, a war of thought, a war of frequency. And most people lose that war not to others, but to themselves. So ask yourself now, who must I stop being to step into who I was always meant to be? Because until that old version dies, the new one cannot lead. And if you don't lead your life, it will be led by fear, by circumstances, by the opinions of others. But when you lead, when your intention is sharp, your decisions bold, your energy unmistakable, then life becomes obedient. Not because you dominate it with force, but because you resonate with your mission so clearly that all of creation leans in to listen. You want the world to stop ignoring you? Stop ignoring yourself. Step into alignment so fully that silence speaks louder than noise. That presence overpowers persuasion, that your very existence becomes the strategy. Because who you are is the method. Let me tell you something most people will never dare say out loud. Success is not for the desperate. It is for the deliberate. And while the world may tell you to hustle harder, to scream louder, to do more, I will tell you this: be more. Because who you are will always outrun what you do. If you want to attract abundance, become someone who no longer tolerates lack, not just in your bank account, but in your thoughts, your energy, your surroundings. If you want love, become the embodiment of love. Radiate the very thing you long to receive. Because magnets don't pull with desperation. They pull with presence. They pull with wholeness. They pull with the silent gravity of becoming. And that means letting go of the excuses you've made peace with. It means leaving behind the shallow identities you've built to survive so you can walk into the identity that was forged for you to thrive. Understand this. You were not born to be a seeker. You were born to be a signal, to live in such deep alignment that success doesn't feel like conquest. It feels like confirmation. You don't need to fight your way to the top. You need to become so focused, so internally powerful, that the top comes looking for you. That's the real game. So stop asking, will it happen for me? Start declaring, it is already done within me. Because once you become the magnet, you realize the external world is just catching up to who you already decided to be. And that's the kind of power they can't sell you. They can't teach you in school. They can't hand you through a screen. You earn that power by becoming it, moment by moment, choice by choice, identity by identity. You rise, not with noise, but with resonance. There is something divine about a human being who remembers who they are, not just in passing moments of inspiration, but in the dark, in the waiting, in the storm. That's when the magnet is truly tested. Not when life rewards you, but when it withholds, when the dream delays, when the voices of doubt grow loud, when the people you thought would walk with you and fall away. And in those moments, you must ask yourself, what, will I abandon who I've become just to feel safe again? Or will I hold the line until life surrenders to my strength? Because life will surrender, but only to those who refuse to betray their becoming. You see, becoming the magnet isn't just a mindset, it's a way of being. It's waking up each day and aligning your words, your thoughts, your posture, your energy with the version of yourself who already has it, who already lives it, who already embodies it. And here's the secret. When you become that person before the evidence arrives, you create the evidence. You build the path by walking it. You summon the proof by being the truth. And suddenly people call you lucky. They say, it just happened for you. But you'll know the truth. You'll know the years you walked alone. You'll know the nights you whispered the vision into your own heart until it became louder than your fear. You'll know the sacrifices made, the identities buried, the doubts silenced, not with noise, but with resolve. That is the price, and that is the privilege, because once you pay it, you become unchangeable. The world can shake, but your magnet remains stable. Circumstances can shift, but your signal doesn't falter. You have become the one thing this world bows to, a person who knows who they are and dares to live like it. So now I ask you, not gently, but with fire, are you willing to become the one? Not find the one, not follow the one, but become the one. The one who stops waiting for permission. The one who silences the inner critic with action. The one who looks destiny in the face and says, I've arrived, and I'm ready to carry the weight of my own greatness. Because that's what this is really about. Not fame, not applause, not even wealth, but power. The power of becoming so whole, so unshakable, that everything you touch is elevated. Everything you speak carries weight. Everything you do turns into alignment. That's not magic, that's mastery. The world is not waiting for more noise. It's waiting for you in your most magnetic, focused, unstoppable form. So stop searching for shortcuts. Stop doubting your instincts. Stop shrinking to fit the expectations of those who fear your light. And instead rise. Rise into the identity that doesn't need validation. Rise into the energy that doesn't chase, it draws, it commands, it embodies. You are the magnet, and what you attract will only ever match who you've chosen to become. So choose power, choose certainty, choose alignment. And when you stand in that, when every breath, word, and action echoes your true self, you won't need to force anything ever again. You'll simply become inevitable. Now go and be the one they feel before you even enter the room. Let your life be the proof. Let your energy speak louder than your past. And let your becoming never end, because that is the path of the magnet. That is the path of greatness. And that, my friend, is your true destiny. The world makes way for those who dare to rise. Click the Rise button now to subscribe and claim the destiny waiting for you. Your time is now.